and action.
In the fall of 2011, when it was announced that Chevrolet was going to conduct a worldwide Super Bowl commercial contest, I knew we had to enter. Now, not knowing exactly where we'd go with the concept, I first started searching online for photos of old gas stations, and I'm not even sure why. It was not long, however, before I ran across this one, a classic Art Deco station from the 1930s. It was a gorgeous building, and as a bonus, it was located in Texas, where we are, and also on the old Route 66 highway. Now, though the website for the contest was Chevrolet Route 66, entries weren't required to include any reference to Route 66, but I thought it was precipitous that the station I wanted to use was on 66 in downtown Shamrock, Texas, as it turned out. And though it now had only dummy gas pumps, I knew it would be no problem to make it look like an operating gas station for a commercial. I immediately made a scouting trip to Shamrock in mid-October, and I met David Rushing, who heads up the economic development arm of the Chamber of Commerce. Offices for those entities, along with a gift shop, are what is located in the building now. Everyone in Shamrock was excited that we were going to shoot a couple of commercials there, and they cooperated with our every request. 3 weeks later, we were there. After trailering my oldest Corvette, a black 1954 model, and my newest, a 2012 Centennial Edition ZR1, almost 200 miles to Shamrock in the Texas Panhandle. After an idea for using the station had gelled in my mind, I had done a storyboard of how I saw it unfolding. Each shot was sketched out, and while you always change a few things once you're on location, it gave us a good map to follow for the storyline I'd written. Now, since the spot called for an older guy to play a sleeping gas station attendant, I posted a casting call on Craigslist. I received more than 36 headshots, but the minute I saw Royce Lee Boswell's, I knew he was our man. He was perfect for the role.
You been rehearsing this at home?
Oh yeah, I do this every day. Before you ever called me.
Rolling, stand by. Yeah, I like that.
That was the best one.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. I think we got something to work. It's gonna be quick.
Yeah.
Okay. We may have to get him where he's doing the, what the hell's going on out here?
Yeah, we could.
While we're in
Feet and legs after a while.
We come back to him, he's up, and he's coming to the, and it's like, what he's doing is saying, what the f***? But it's like, you know, he's kind of, what the, you know, you're tentative and you're looking at what's going on. Again, it'll be a quick shot.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Stand by and action. Good, I think we got it.
I think the plenty there, yeah.
The commercial is supposed to show the attendant asleep at a desk, and a clock tells the viewer that it's very early in the morning. In fact, we shot the commercial between dusk and midnight on a cold November evening. I wanted the opening shot to be a wide view of this beautiful station from across the street. Brilliantly outlined in neon, it occurred to us that a wet street would make it look even better. Well, how do you accomplish that? Well, you call the fire department, of course. They were there with 3 trucks in minutes. It's easy to see it enhanced the shot immensely. I love shooting in a small town. Anything is possible if you ask.
What exactly is your detail?
Sign holder.
And son-in-law Pete Tarana helped us get the Route 66 sign in that shot. As the storyline calls for this mysterious old driverless Corvette to pull into the station, I thought a fog would lend itself to the scene.
Hello guys.
So we brought along a fog machine to give us that look when we needed it. The payoff shot is when the old Corvette gasses itself up, then transforms into the 2012 Corvette. That morphing effect, of course, would have to be done in post-production, but the main thing on site was to position the cars exactly alike, one at a time. The final shot calls for the morphed Corvette to speed away from the station after daylight. We shot that in stages, and since we were going to be pulling out into traffic, we had the local police and a Texas DPS trooper there to block traffic as needed.
Okay, so me actually being the right lane that we're in now, or the right lane from the other side?
The lane you're in now.
Okay.
I'll come in the inside lane near the center line.
I won't lie and say it was not fun, ripping up the highway in a new Corvette and doing it right past the police, who just smiled and kept the road safe for other motorists. We titled the spot, Start Something Special. The whole process was a hoot, and here's how it finally all came together. This version is a little longer than the entry version, which of course had to be exactly 30 seconds.
What the?
Chevrolet. Start something special. And since we'd gone to the expense of taking 5 cars and 9 people a considerable distance to shoot the commercial, it only made sense to try to maximize the time and do a second spot with the 2 Corvettes. Again, I storyboarded what actually amounts to a sight gag, because you really don't know where the commercial's going until the final shots. You want to grab the audience attention immediately, especially with a possible Super Bowl commercial. So how better to do that than with a good-looking cowboy in a new Corvette? At least that was my rationalization. We shot the spot, which I titled It Takes a Chevy, the next day, also on the old Route 66, but 13 miles west of Shamrock. It was a cold, dreary, damp day, and I almost called the shoot off. But the location was so good for the scene, we decided to just go ahead and shoot, and now I'm glad we did. That storyline called for an obviously frustrated cowboy at the side of the road leaning against a brand new 2012 ZR1 Corvette.
Okay, I'm rolling. Everyone quiet?
All right, stand by, and action.
Viewers supposed to wonder, well, why is he frustrated? Seems unlikely that a new car would have broken down. Has he had a flat? What's the problem? The answer comes at the end with the payoff shot when the viewer realizes that the cowboy has been stopped by a county sheriff whose patrol car is a 58-year-old Corvette. Thus, the tagline, It Takes a Chevy to Catch a Chevy. The cowboy, by the way, is my son, Ryan Brown, who is an actor and novelist living in New York City. He flew to Amarillo and drove over to Shamrock for the shoot. The sheriff is a longtime accountant friend of mine who actually grew up in Shamrock. His name is Alvy Burdine, and it's stating the obvious to say Alvy is a big guy, and there's no way he could have fit into that little Corvette. Again, just a part of the sight gag we were after. Both Ryan and Alvy played their parts to a T, and the fun result speaks for itself in the final edited piece.
It takes a Chevy to catch a Chevy.
Well, though we didn't make the finals of the competition, we had a lot of fun putting the Corvettes in non-traditional roles for a commercial. And we're already looking forward to seeing what we can come up with next.